Hello everyone. Good afternoon to all. From since long we are not taking this editorial session, but now today onwards we will be continue with this editorial. As we already know, editorial is the soul of newspapers, and the editorial reflects the policy and stand of the newspaper on the burning issues of the day. So every day in the newspaper we have two columns which is based on national or international news, and for the students who are preparing for competitive exams like UPSC, banking, SSC, for those this editorial is very important section because it can cover their reading comprehension section, and it can build their vocabulary, as vocabulary have a so much weightage for according to the competitive exam. So this editorial is very important for us. So so we will see today's editorial now. So here we go with the thought of the day. Hmm. Every day, two bulls fight in every person's mind: positivity and negativity. Do you know which one wins? I want to explain this thought with by giving my personal example, because today I was thinking I should take this editorial session or not, because since long I was not on TG, means I was not communicating with people. So I was thinking I should take this editorial or not, because can I explain it in a well manner or not. So there were two thoughts in my mind: positivity and negativity. But as you can see, absolutely positivity wins always, as I'm here and explaining to you about it. So you should keep in your mind always positivity wins over a negativity. Just stay positive always and spread positivity. So now let's dive enter in the today's editorial. So today's editorial topic is like, the title is a concerning sequence. A concerning sequence. I want to tell you the brief, in a brief, the background of today's editorial. That is a concerning sequence. It means there in a China there is a after Chinese people, they were in a lockdown since 3 years, and as they resolved their all the norms and their rules and they unlocked their lockdown, so now they found that they are facing to the new variant of the COVID. That is, so today's our editorial is related to that. Concerning sequences, there are some sequences about which we should be feel worry. There are some worrisome sequences. So, on a new coronavirus strain and spurt in cases in China. So, as I already told you, so in a China, there is a new corona variant invented. Strain is a strain means variant, and as it came to there, so now, so we are going to read that what will happen. Means what exactly about that variant, corona variant. Mm. So the spurt in coronavirus cases reported out of China has triggered global alarm. So the spurt, here is one word, spurt. It means a sudden or short period of increased activity. As we already know, the spurt in coronavirus cases means the sudden increase in a coronavirus cases is reported out. The China has triggered a global alarm. It means the suddenly increased cases of coronavirus has been gave a shock to all over the globe. It is a very shocking news for everyone. So now, what will happen, this corona variant is very harmful for us or not? So this is the main thing which we have to see now. So after knowing this news, what India is doing, India's health ministry has issued a directive to states to send positive samples to the Indian SARS-CoV-2 genomics consortium. Means after listening this news, India's health ministry has ordered, means they organized one meeting, and they said to every state that send positive samples of your states to that organization whose name is SARS-CoV-2 Genomics Consortium. Mm. And after to check for new concerning strains. Means India's health ministry wanted to check out that uh, what exactly corona is in India. What is the rate of corona in India? So for that they asked to send their positive samples. And after that, what happened? Let's see. The health minister to has called for a review meeting of the coronavirus situation in India. And India's official numbers suggest that thus far there is a little to worry. And after checking out the whole review, what we came to the conclusion that we have to think a little bit worry about this situation because there are some cases might be. We will check the whole data as we read out the next para. There are only 3,408 active cases. Only one district has a test positivity rate of over 10% and only four between 5 and 10% as per the latest available weekly data. So according to that whole review that health ministry has asked to send to all the states, according to that there are 3,400 active cases. Still this number is there in India. There are active cases and only one district has a test positive rate over a 10% and only four between 5 and 10%. So this is the overall weekly data has given here. So we came to conclusion that uh, after seeing this all the data, there we have to think little bit worry about this because we know that corona can attack, means it can be spread from one person to the thousand. So we should be take care. And now let's see the next para. India's COVID-19 vaccination coverage has exceeded 219.33 crore. Now here author is saying that as we already know, as coronavirus came to India, after that what we did, the solution is vaccination. Vaccination is the main solution, and we spread all over the India that vaccination is a need of every individual, and we should be vaccinated. So now everyone became aware of that thing, and the vaccination rate is exceeded, it's a word. It means increased, and it increased and came to the 219.33 crore. Means this number of people in India are vaccinated now. So this is a little bit positive side of our country because we are vaccinated, but it's not mean that we cannot be affected by the corona. Yeah, there is possibility. So, and there are no signs of distress being reported out of the hospitals. Even here, author is saying there is no kind of distress. Distress means being very upset or sad or worrisome. So there is no any kind of signs given by the hospital that you should be worried about this thing or not. So there is no any kind of message from hospital. But however, the experience of previous years is that it is usually many weeks after which a noticeable spike. Hmm. But here, spike, let alone a way, is confirmed by the health authorities. But here, author is saying what earlier happened. Means in our previous years, what happened exactly? Uh, our health authorities they always convey to us as rate of our positive cases increase. They always says us authorities sent message to us as that wave is came. Now you should take precautions. You should be take care of yourself, and they apply some rules like they can start lockdown again. So this kind of thing they will say when corona, the rate of positive cases will increase. So our government and the health authorities should not do this thing. We should uh, we should we should take right actions, and we should take strict actions before came to it, so that we can stop this virus. So here author is criticizing to health authority. Now let's see next one, Sarah.
Good afternoon, guys. May I have here?
There is scarce monitoring and mask mandates for public gatherings, airports, and railway stations have been removed everywhere. Now, as we already know, after coronavirus came, there are so many rules and regulation came, and we all were following that very sincerely, because we love ourselves and we so much care of ourselves, because the thing was our miss we should our life, the thing was of our life. So that's why we were using mask, and government had made that it is mandatory to, you should wear mask, and these all the things were there. But after some of vaccination, and as we came to the as we came to the number that our rate of positivity is decreasing, then what Indian government did, so uh, they eradicate this all rules, and nowadays there is no any kind of mandation that you should wear a mask or not. There is no kind of mandation, and even in airports and railway station, all traveling sources are available now. Even we can travel from one country to other, it is possible. So because of this thing, that new variant of corona can attack at any time in India. So we should be take care of that, and India's government should make new decisions, make new rules for us before that came it to in India. And now let's see what's happening in China now. In China, despite reports of crowded mortuaries, hospital admissions piling up, and stocked out pharmacies, weekly death counts are officially in a single digit. You know, as they resolved their lockdown, and they were miss Chinese people, they were following lockdown since 3 years, and as they unlocked their all the rules and regulation and that lockdown also, so now they found a new variant of COVID, and uh, now that is very harmful for every their Chinese people. And the result is that what result they found is there are even mortuaries. I want to say this, explain this word in Hindi. That is Samshan Ghat. People are crowded in a Samshan, like because of that only COVID and that new variant. And hospital admissions pilling up, it's a phrase, it means increasing. Hospitals admission means the patients in hospital, they are increasing day by day. And stocked out pharmacies. In a medical store, there is a lack of medicines nowadays, because the rate of positive cases in China is extended, and that's why the stocked out, it is also one phrase. Noted, guys. Stocked out, it means a lacking something. So there is a lack of medicines, and that's why. And weekly death, but still weekly death counts are officially in a single digit. Even though the numbers are increasing, the rate of death is in a single digit. So now let's scroll down. The prevalent opinion is that the lifting of curbs after almost 3 years of some of the most restrictive containment measures has now exposed a large swath of people who lack natural immunity. As I already mentioned that they were in a lockdown since 3 years, and after living in their home and not roaming everywhere, not they were not doing any kind of work, so the people who are living in China, they are lost with their natural immunity, and that's why as the new variant of COVID is came, they are not able to face that. They don't have that immunity powers to face that and fight with that variant and keep save themselves. No, they don't have. They are lost by their immunity power. Here is author is saying that that they are lost with their immunity power, and some mathematical modeling projections calculate a million COVID 19 cases in the coming days in China. And here, the mathematical calculation is that even in a future, there is a huge number of cases can be seen in the China, and that can be affect in our India, not only on India, in a globe, in a world. So, because the as COVID-19 is also the originated in China and has affected on our India and all over the world. So this new variant can be also affect in our country too. So we should be take care of that. Our health ministry, health authorities should take care, and they should make some kind of decisions, hard important decisions, and they should keep us safe. So here, given that much of the world has moved to a normalcy in terms of the travel, the concern is that this surge is likely to reverberate globally with the many more. Here is one word, reverberate. It's a verb, and it means to have a strong effect on a people for a long time or over a large area. As our COVID-19, it also has had a long effect in India and everywhere. So, like that, this next variant might be its power is more than first. So, it can be possible that uh, it also can reverberate. Reverberate, it means it can be affect on us for a long time. So we should be take care. And let's see next para. So there are two key lessons that can be derived from the Chinese experience. Now here we are coming to the conclusion that after seeing to the all things of what happened exactly in China, we can take a two lessons. We can learn lessons from that. First one is lockdowns cannot eliminate the virus or prevent the development of the new strains, and here is one first lesson is that lockdown cannot eliminate the virus totally. No, it's not possible, because Chinese means China already tried this thing. They were in a lockdown since 3 years, and the result is that they are again fighting with new variant. Even they are not able to fight with that because they lost with their immunity power. So lockdown cannot work for this virus. And second thing is that, and the only reasonable defense possible against severe diseases is via vaccines. So the second lesson is that there is only thing which is a vaccination. So vaccination only can fight with the virus, and through this vaccination we can win. We can stay away from this virus, and we will be keep ourselves safe from this virus. So vaccination is mandatory. Let's see next para. China is largely dependent on a homegrown vaccines such as CoronaVac and Sinopharm vaccines that rely on the inactivated virus technology. Here, author is talking about the vaccinations which had been using Chinese people. So their names are like CoronaVac and Sinopharm. These two vaccination, the Chinese people will rely on these vaccinations. And despite of 90% of population receiving a single dose and a half a second dose, and the numbers in China suggest that waning immunity is a fait accompli. And here is a rate of vaccination which Chinese people had taken. Here is 90% population has received a single dose and half a second dose. And the numbers in China suggest that waning immunity is a fait accompli. Waning, here is one word, waning, which is a verb, and it means becoming weaker in a strength or influence. So, Chinese people might be this vaccination is not that much, not affected, means it cannot be fight with new variant, new strain. So, that's why it's waning immunity. Waning means reducing their immunity. And here is one word, fait accompli. It's a foreign origin word. It means that it's a truth. It means something that has already happened or been done that we cannot change. Means truth. In a simple word, truth. Now let's see next paragraph. The big lesson for India is to not only establish the prevalent coronavirus variants, but also whether the administered vaccines continue to be efficacious. Now, here the big lesson for India is that, as we already know, lockdown is not effective for us. So, the only thing which we have to see is that vaccinations. The vaccinations which where we were applying, that is Covishield, and thus of the spike protein. So these vaccines are effective for this next variant is also not. So we have to check out this thing, and it may be the time to accommodate to changes in the virus. The sequences of strains by INSAC OG should not remain an academic exercise. And only the Indian government and the health authorities have to do is that our they have to make our vaccines more means if efficacious, that we can be fight with the new variant with the help of that vaccines, and that vaccines which we were using, that Covishield. So we have to see that this is effective for this new variants also or not. If we have to add some kind of new thing, so our health authority will do that, and they will check out this all the thing. And if it is not possible, then they will invent a new vaccines too. It can be possible. So the main thing is lockdown cannot be possible, and lockdown is not acceptable for us, and lockdown is not solution to remove the coronavirus. The only thing is we can do vaccination. Vaccination is the most important thing. Through vaccinations we can eradicate this virus, and we can try to remove this totally from ground state, and we can keep ourselves safe. And we should also take care of ourselves. Scroll down. So this is all about the tutorial. Might be you got it. You can tell me the tone of editorial.
Suggestive.
And tone of. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Agree.